This is BB, and I've from clutterclearinglifecoaching.com, where I've been making a few videos. I already have some on my channel that's giving people tips using EFT on how to unclutter or declutter. Because I mentioned a bowl. If you have a bowl of rocks and you want to put some diamonds in there, you're gonna have to empty empty the bowl first of the rocks. You'll have to empty that bowl out. Because if you've been collecting stones and you found something that is more valuable, you have to let go of the stones, the rocks, in order to put the diamonds in the bowl. Now the bowl is you, the vessel is you. So what we're doing is we're decluttering, we're taking out that top layer right now with these basic techniques, there's some basic sequences that I'm putting out here. There's a positive reformation, there's more points that I use. This is just a very basic. What's going to happen though, and I should have said this before, because at some point when you start watching my channel, you'll start to get a feel of what's going on. It's when you start releasing that top layer, the top layer of debris, of junk, gunk, sludge, emotional, you're going to find a myriad of emotions underneath, and most of them will be, your emotions will be heightened. You're going to find that you want to cry, you get upset, you feel joy, but you will feel them very, very, very strongly. You're going to feel those emotions. The thing is, get used to feeling your emotions again. Get used to having those emotions. And then keep tapping. And as you keep tapping, you will get to that peace that's laying underneath. Because there's always a feeling of peace underneath. Because remember, what we're attacking at the top layer are the negative beliefs, negative expectations of negative outcomes, negative patterns, negative habits, holding on to stuff that does not serve us anymore, that does not work for us anymore. And instead of just letting them become a memory that we could just go into the memory box and enjoy them and put them down, we carry them with us like excess baggages. And then they start to weigh us down, start to make us feel like everything is just, it's just too much to bear. Then we go into the labels that people put on us. It's a little more technical than that, and everything has its place. But if we can nip this in the bud as we're descending into the depths of this despair or depression, if we can recognize it and know what we're sinking, that's the time to take action. So the tapping relieves, it starts to attack the old belief system that's keeping us stuck, keeping us basically slaves to our own beliefs, negative beliefs of having negative outcomes. That keeps us from moving forward, that keeps us from living our true potential, that keeps us from investing in ourselves and opening our minds to what is possible. Yes, my cat agrees with me. Gets excited when I talk about releasing. Yes, yes. So always bear that in mind. Once you start releasing that top layer, you're going to start to feel your emotions, and they're going to be heavy and they're going to be raw. And you might cry a little, or you might cry a lot. For the first 2 or 3 days, you're going to feel emotional, very emotional. And as you start to feel that emotion rising, feel it, get used to it, and then just relax your body, feel the emotions, just relax your body. Emotions are there. Yes, I observe you. I give you credit for being here. I give you validation. But you know what? I'm going to detach from you for my own good, for my own benefit. I'm going to detach from these negative emotions. Do yourself that favor. So you can feel them. If they're good, enjoy them to the max. Have fun with them. Do something productive, do something constructive, get something done. If they're positive and they're beautiful feelings, by all means, make full use of them. And then on top of that, if you have the negative ones, let those just pass through your body. Imagine you're like a sieve, and they're just passing, they're just going, they're just passing, they're just going. So here we are again. I'm gonna do a basic tapping round for relieving some of this uh, emotional upheaval that comes after the first round of tapping. So start on the karate chop. Even though I have all this emotional upheaval, and it's a result of this damn tapping, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyway. Even though I have a lot of emotional upheaval and I feel emotionally chaotic, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself anyway. Even though I feel a sense of emotional upheaval, and I don't like it, because I feel my emotions are raw and they're hurting, I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. This emotional upheaval, this emotional upheaval, this emotional upheaval, this emotional upheaval, sense of emotional upheaval. Don't know what this is. It feels quite overwhelming actually. Having all these emotions rushing at me. Whoa. Want him to slow down a little till I get a hang of this. This emotional upheaval. This emotional chaos. This tapping seems to be working. But how do I get my emotions under control? How do I get them under control that I can feel better? Because sometimes feeling so many emotions makes me feel sad. Makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. And sometimes I want to go back to feeling numb, to feeling negative. That made me feel like I had more control. All these emotions that I haven't felt in a long time, just coming at me, just coming at me. These emotions, these raw emotions, sometimes overwhelming me, sometimes making me happy. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure out how to control my emotions. I'm gonna figure out how to just accept it is what it is. This emotional upheaval. Take a deep breath. If you have some water, drink some. I always encourage drinking a sip of water when you're tapping. It helps to balance your flow, your chi as they call it. And remember, the top layer, negative beliefs, paradigms that are not working, things that just don't seem to be getting any better because we are not allowing ourselves to live the life that we want, or the lives that we want. living under somebody else's thumb or by other people's rules and other people's regulations, and keeping ourselves unhappy because of them. Once we clear that out, once we start to acknowledge these issues, you'll get that raw emotional baggage, that feeling. But it's okay. Keep tapping, keep tapping. And once you start to feel more control over your emotions, you'll start to feel that sense of peace underneath. The sense of, you'll find that you're laughing more. You're smiling for no reason. You just feel a sense of, everything is funny. Laughter is a great releasing technique because laughter is like, it's just a natural release. It's not tapping, it's not anything that you have to do. It doesn't require anything but to feel joy, to feel that sense of innate joy. Something is funny, you laugh, you release. Crying too. If you have to cry, sit down and cry it all out. Feel those pains. Feel those emotions. If you want to cry for an hour, cry, and then you'll find a sense of peace after. That's when you would do a round of tapping also. Tomorrow we'll talk about what's underneath that. The part where you get to peace. And because you miss the chaos so much, you fight to come back to it. Until then, if you need one-on-one coaching, my website is clutterclearinglifecoaching.com. That is clutter clearing, to clearing out the clutter, lifecoaching.com. This is BB. Peace.